Today I have 15 fantastic ways you can use washi, so stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to my channel. We are doing one of my favorite things on this channel, and that is playing with washi. So let's get right into it. I have 15 different ways for you to use washi, whether that be in your planner or in your everyday life. We're going to have some fun with washi. I've got some of my favorite patterns, especially this one. This is one of my favorite everyday use washis. If you've seen my last washi video, you'll know how I use this as my favorite. Okay, let's jump right in with the first way that you can use washi. I don't know about you, but in our house, our chargers tend to go on a little walkabout, especially when I need them. So I've identified my own with a little bit of washi, and even the cord could use a little bit of color so that people know whose is whose and not to take it. You can identify everyone's in the house with a different color or just your own, and I've even gone so far as washi taping this one to the power bar because it tended to go missing quite often. I think that one was my husband though. Next up is keys. Whether you wanted to just look a little prettier with this one or to distinguish two really similar keys, you can put a little bit of washi and trace around the edges with a craft knife. It's a little bit fiddly. This one I used a wide one because it's a big key. So I took off the little chain. Let's make this one pink. They usually have grooves in them that you can follow with your craft knife. Makes it a little bit easier. And then you can do the same thing with the holes. It's a bit fiddly, but gets the job done. This one, since we've got a bunch of colors on the same washi, we can use the same washi so they match, but different parts of the washi to distinguish. One's for the shed and one's for the back door or whatever. There, now you can tell at a glance which key is which, and you can even write on it with a permanent marker if you want to distinguish even more clearly. Next up is tea lights. You can take a little bit of washi, put it on the outside of the little cup. Not the actual candle, but the cup. Little metal cup, you know, for fire hazard. And then you have a really cute decoration. You can make a little matching set. Super fast and easy, and then you have these cute little tea lights. This is one I used to do a lot. It was a favorite of mine, and that is to put washi on a binder clip. Now you can buy decorated binder clips, but if you want to buy a whole bunch, they can get expensive, and it really isn't hard to make these yourself. So depending on the look you want, this one for example just has a decoration on one side and then it's blank on the other. You can wrap it around so that you have washi on the whole thing, or you can put one, or you can put it on one side or both sides or whatever. And also depending on the width of your washi and the size of your binder clip, you can put the washi this way or wrap it around this way. Since I would have to put two strips to fill that up, or you could just center it even. That's not centered. You could center it. But I think what I want to do is to do it this way and then cut around. Am I going to wrap it? I think I'm going to do the bottom. The one side and the bottom. So let's cut it first. Close to the edge. Oh, that's not very neat. Let's do that again. Then you can just bend it over. Now this one has a shiny epoxy, I guess, seal over it. You could do this with this, so one, it stays on, and two, you get that shiny look. You could do it with even just regular glue that dries clear. Or you can leave it like this. I think I'm just gonna leave mine like that. My next tip is to identify your suitcase. You know, when you have a suitcase that looks like everyone else's and you're not sure if it's yours or not, if you put some washi on it, as it comes off the belt, you're going to recognize it right away. You can either put a big X on the side or wrap a little washi on the handle. This one is one of my absolute favorites, and it is to mark a page so that it sticks out with a bit of washi. Now the key is to make sure when you're folding it over to leave quite a bit sticking out so that it does stick out. Takes a little bit of fiddling, but it's super helpful when you're trying to find a page, and it looks amazing. Now, an alternative to this, which is also slightly easier, is to just make a tab. And I like this one because it's striped, so it looks like little triangle. It looks completely different when it's folded over on itself. So Basically same idea, fold it over but have a little bit sticking out so that it sticks out on your page. And I love how this looks, both when the book is closed and also when it's open. Washi also makes great labels. Here I've color coded each drawer in my Alex drawers. I've got 2 stacked on top of each other. I'm quite obsessed with the home edit, so I put them in rainbow order. Now you can either label these with a permanent black marker or a little white sticker, but what I do suggest is either way, you roll it out on a flat surface that's horizontal and label it this way, and then stick it on to any kind of vertical thing that you're trying to label, because it's really hard to write on the drawers when it's already stuck on. Either way, your labels will look great and your space will be more organized. When wrapping a gift, why not use a bit of matching washi instead of regular old Scotch tape? It'll make your gift look a little bit nicer. Just make sure you use a washi that's not going to unstick itself. This next one works best in TNs or a bound notebook, but you can use it in ring binders as well, and I'll show that in a second. Notice how fast I unwrapped that. There's no way that I'm giving this away. It was just to show the example. Okay, so what this is, if you want to add a card or an extra page to your notebook or planner, use a bit of washi. Add it on, and then, that one's a bit too long. Add it on, and then open it and add another piece to the back. It doesn't have to be quite as long. Should be straight though. And then you have a little flippy page door, maybe you could put something behind it, or just to add an extra page to your planner. Now let me show you in a ring. Let's use this one. Maybe you want to add these stickers, but there's not enough room to add holes without punching the stickers. You could do it on the top or you could do it on the side. I'm going to do it here because it'll open this way instead of going up out of the way. This way you can stick it to the page, open it up, still be able to use this page, or you can layer different sheets of stickers. Have this one open here and then have the other one. I'll show you. Okay, well that didn't work because this is too thick to use with this thin little page, so I'm going to use a different one. There, so now you just have a little booklet of stickers and you can still add stuff here or write something underneath. If you are enjoying these tips so far, please give me a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, let's get back into the next tip. If you have pens that look similar in your pen cup or in your drawer, you can distinguish them with washi. Now, I have these 2 pens that look really similar when they're in my cup, and I always grab the wrong one. One is my favorite ballpoint pen, and that's not just because it has Luke Skywalker's lightsaber on the side. It actually writes really well. And the other one is my favorite felt pen. So depending on the paper I'm using, depending on what I need a pen for, I want to grab the right one. You could do this if you have the same kind of pen, but in different stages of juiciness, whether one's dry, whether you use one when it's drier or one when it's newer for different papers, then you can distinguish their age or what kind of pen you have. So let's just give this guy a little bit of my favorite black and white stripe. That way, when I go to reach for a pen from my pen pot, I can spot this one right away. This is another favorite of mine, and I've done it before. I've done it actually really recently, and that is to block off some sort of event. So right now, my daughter is in Austria for a school trip, so I've marked this off until she comes home. It's an easy way to look at a glance at your monthly spread. You could also do this in a weekly or daily, maybe you have a conference or some kind of event over a few hours, and you can use washi to mark those off. Washi is also a super quick, easy way to make a birthday card when you are in a pinch. You can layer a bunch of washi in a line, or even just that. You can take a piece of washi, one little strip, put a happy birthday sticker here, or write it in your best handwriting on top there, and you're done. Or you can keep going and add different colors. So then once you have all your strips, you can just trim the edges and you're good to go. Cute little card in like less than 5 minutes. Another quick birthday idea is to make candles. We're going to add 3 candles. They don't have to be straight, so that makes it easier to make. And then you can take maybe like an orange and either cut out flames or just rip them, whatever. Add your flames, and there's another super simple, quick birthday card idea. Now, next up is to make a mini bunting with washi and a little bit of baker's twine. Now, I made this one for my daughter's communion ages ago, and I liked it so much that I stuck it up on my shelf. It just was in the flowers on the table. But we're gonna make one with these colors right now. So it's super easy. The thing is to make sure that the baker's twine stays flat so that once it's finished, the washi doesn't flip around on itself. The hardest part is to actually get the washi to fold over on itself exactly, because if it's off a little bit, it's going to stick out. So once you have it folded over as perfectly as you can, then you can make shapes. So let's make this one a little flag. You can make flags, you can make points, they can be different lengths. You can make little triangles. The idea is to vary the shape, size, and patterns, colors along the length of your little bunting. Now these would look really cute tied on 2 sticks and then stuck down in a cake, kind of hanging over top of a cake as a banner on the top of your planner, or even wrapped around the outside of your planner. It's a really fun and joyful way to add a little bit of color and fun to your everyday life. And my last tip is paper clips. Now there are 2 different ways you can do this. You can just add it in here. Again, we're folding it over exactly on itself, which is the most difficult part, though I'm having trouble threading it even through the paper clip. You want to kind of bunch it up at the top and then fold it over neatly on itself. And then you can make a little flag or a point, same as with the bunting. So there's this way, or another way is to do it along the long end. If you pull this part out of the way, you can thread it through, stick it to the side, and then bring it over to the, not the part that you clip onto the paper, but the other end. And then again, fold it over on itself and make your flag or whatever shape you want. Oops. And there you would have a flag on a paper clip going that way. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Next time I will be back with tips on how to organize and plan your summer. This will be great, especially if you have kids at home. You can subscribe here by clicking on my little face. Here are 2 more videos that I think you will like. If you made it this far, leave me the paperclip emojis in the comments below. Have a fantastic day and happy planning.